We're going back to the mines. No, not that one. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Kevin Reviews. I just finished watching the Minecraft movie from 2025. This is by Warner Bros. Pictures and Legendary Pictures. This is directed by Jared Hess, who you might know directed the cult classic Napoleon Dynamite. The is also written by Chris Bowman, Hubbel Palmer, and Neil Wilderman. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Probably got it wrong. And we have the cast includes Jack Black, Jason Momoa, Sebastian Hansen, Emma Myers, and Daniel Brooks, as well as Allan Henry and Jennifer Coolidge. So, fair warning. Nothing about spoilers, though there might be a little bit. I'm not sure yet. Just kind of trying to get this done. But I am not a Minecraft fan. I'm just going to throw that out there. I am not a Minecraft fan. But I have played Minecraft before, just not that long. I think maybe at least a week, and then I just got bored with it. It's not like I don't see why it's popular. It obviously is meant to be a creative outlet for people, as well as a mixture of like survival and trying to create things and get and also it's also multiplayer, so it's also about trying to connect with your buddies and whatnot, and sometimes even griefing them or basically just destroy their work. So there's that too. But yeah, I didn't play it for that long. I played it by myself. I'm not that kind of gamer necessarily. I play a lot of video games, don't get me wrong. But a lot of the games I play are often ones with with a great story, with memorable characters, whether it's simplistic characters or stretched out characters. So like Super Mario, for example, in the games, or something more complex, say uh, I don't know, Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. So yeah, I don't know. I like those type of characters, or even Mass Effect ones. There's another one there. But I like those type of games specifically, really. But I don't hate the game, hate Minecraft. I don't even dislike it. It's just not for me personally. So just wanted to say that. Now, I am aware about the film in terms of the trailer. When the first trailer dropped, people there was quite a big of a backlash to it because it while the world looked like it was Minecraft, you got these people in it that aren't block like characters, and you have Jack Black as Steve, who comes out just saying, I am Steve. It's probably not a great Jack Black impression. But in any case, yes, people didn't seem to like it. I think even at the time, Jack Black was kind of just everywhere, similar to say Chris Pratt being everywhere, being like a voiceover character, especially Mario and even Garfield. He just kind of put in those roles. So I don't know. I think people still like him, but at the same time, I think he's shoved in our face a little bit too much. So, but yeah, people didn't like it. Some of the CGI, especially for some of the animals, didn't look all that great. So I don't know. It was pretty well disliked overall on even on YouTube. But overall it did get quite a following. It in an interesting way. I think once maybe trailers it got patched up a little bit, and then they showed more of the trailer. They were more excited because there was more Minecraft related stuff in it. So maybe that's why people were so thrilled about it. But when the film came out, I think critics didn't like it. Audiences are more lenient or okay with it. But I think the main thing is when the film came out, there was quite a lot of destruction, and that was in regards to Jack Black saying "chicken jockey." And that's probably bad, but in any case, yeah. When that line is uttered, the theaters, it's been videotaped all over, but basically it's people were brought in all kinds of food. They tossed their popcorn all over the place, or drinks. There's people had eggs with them, um, or water balloons. I think water balloons. Someone even brought a live chicken as well as fireworks. And just because of that one line, that drove people insane, and it destroyed the theaters. And it had the employees at the theater just ask people to leave or basically ban them for life. Um, but yeah, it was quite destructive, really. And now I hear there's a Minecraft 2 movie coming out, and I'm sure the theater people, workers there, are going to try to step things up a little bit in case that happens again. Um, that's my guess, though. I am sure of it, though. But yeah, that's all I know about it overall. I have seen like a couple reviews for it, but I never really watched a lot of the whole much of the whole thing. But yeah, I wasn't necessarily into seeing the Minecraft. It just wasn't my thing. But because this is my channel, I'm reviewing movies, even bad ones, if I want to. Um, yeah, this is my review of the Minecraft movie. First off, yes, I did change the camera a little bit because it was a little crooked, so I apologize for that. Um, I don't want to retake it again, so I'm just going to go as is. But in any case, the story is Steve, Jack, played by Jack Black, is wants to work in the mines. He has a strange fascination with working in the mines, and eventually, even as a kid, he wants to work in the mines, but he wasn't allowed to. He eventually grew up and he started working in the mines again. Then he finds these artifacts, this orb and this kind of crystal that he slipped the orb in. And they also make a joke how it's a cube, but it's still called an orb. There's that. And what happens is he goes into this other world called the overworld, basically Minecraft world, and he does whatever he wants. He creates things. He builds all kinds of stuff there. But he also has to survive because at night there's also creatures that want to kill him. But he's gotten used to it. There's no time frame exactly how long he's been in there. But overall, yeah, he loves the world that he lives in. Then one day he winds up going into a place called the Nether, where he soon comes across a pig sorceress named Malgosia, who wants the orb to basically rule the overworld and possibly even the real world. So, excuse me. Yeah, and that's the story almost. But then when Steve tells his dog Dennis to basically hide the orb in the real world, and eventually we have our characters, including Garrett, played by Jason Momoa, uh, siblings Henry and Natalie, and a real estate worker, Dawn, who eventually, yeah, I'm sorry, Jason Momoa, uh, uh, Garrett, and we've got Henry, played by Sebastian Hansen, Emma Myers as Natalie, and we have Danielle Brooks as the realtor playing Dawn. And they wind up in the overworld, and they have to help Steve recover or fix the orb, and basically try to get back home and defeat Malgosia. And that's basically the plot. So I wasn't a fan of this. To be honest, I don't think it's okay. Personally, to me, I think it is a bad movie, but I I will get into something a little bit later about it because I'm not going to give it like a huge bad rating, but I will be a little bit lenient on it. But before I go into that, why didn't I like it? Well, I think first off, because obviously, it is Minecraft. It's a Minecraft movie designed for the fans, and that's what it's meant for. It didn't really appeal to me because I didn't play Minecraft that much, or I wasn't a big a fan of it. But what really kind of bothered me, or just didn't feel worth the effort, is the story. The story and the characters. I would say the characters even are the lowest of creativity for a thing called Minecraft, where you can create and do anything you want, even make stories. I even seen some YouTubers do stories out of this. And it's not like I go out and watch their Minecraft videos, but for example, I used to watch Smosh Games at the time, and they did what Maricraft, where Atomic Mari did a bunch Minecraft stuff, and there were moments where they did kind of like Survivor or The Bachelorette. They did all that kind of stuff, and I watched a little bit. It was kind of interesting. They kind of played characters, so you know, I think that was at least interesting. But in here, it didn't feel that grand or it didn't feel that interesting. It just feels generic and boring. The characters even are range from unlikable to obnoxious to even just I don't play care. It's uncaring. I had like there was no attachment to have with any of these characters. Steve is, you know, again, it's just Jack Black playing Jack Black. It's like he's playing Dewey Finn from School of Rock, his role in Tenacious D, and also Po from Kung Fu Panda. And why I say Po, there's a moment where he's dancing with the pandas. Yeah, so there's that, and that's all there is. We don't really know much about his childhood other than he likes going to the mines. He's supposed to be creative, though we don't really see him be that creative that much in the real world. Like we don't see like his family or his upbringing. Did did the world basically tell him to not be as creative or get real? Basically, just whatever. I don't know. They don't really do that much, and that's not a character really. That's just kind of boring. Same thing goes for Garrett. I mean, he has some of a bit of a backstory. He used to be an famous arcade gamer called the Garbage Man Garrett, and he was playing a lot of games. He probably got a lot of high scores. It was kind of talked about it throughout the town. But now he's grown up and he's struggling financially to make ends meet, especially keep his business open, which he's like sells or collects, you know, relics from video games. He's supposed to be a video game pro, but he just feels out of touch at times. But I don't find him charming. He's not like he's very unlikable. There's a moment in the film where he does make a deal with Jack Black to basically give him what he wants in order to get money, to get diamonds, really. And despite basically betraying some of the is the group really. So there's that. I don't find him likable, and he has the worst sense of humor I have heard. I think it's just the writer's fault really, because these are bad lines, and it's awkward. The performance is awkward. He has this quirk where he speaks Spanish, but it's more like what catchphrases or one phrases that are not translated to what he thinks they are. So hasta la vista baby, hasta la vista could be how you doing or something like that. Or I don't remember some of the lines he said in there, but yeah, it's not that interesting. And yeah, I think he was like my least favorite character. The kids, the siblings are also not well explored or well developed. I mean, you have Henry, who's supposed to be this creative kid, yet there are only like two moments where he's creative in the real world, and yet we don't see moments where he's supposed to be set. He's people said to him, don't be creative. You're supposed to be living in this, in the real time, real reality, really. But there's a moment where he's even making a jetpack, and it's like, what, where did that come from? And even people just kind of laugh at him or just basically sabotage his work. So I don't know. There's also Natalie by Emma Myers, whose main personality is she's overprotective. She wants to protect Henry because their mom passed away and she made a promise, and that's all there is to her character. There's not a lot, and we don't even get to see much of their family dynamic in the real world. We don't really like see moments where they're before their before their mom passed away, like when they started moving, or what they were like before they moved, or before their mom died. We don't really see that, and there is not a lot to work with there, and the acting for them is not that great either. And as for Dawn, played by Danielle Brooks, she's just there. She has one part thing that was useful involving animals, but that's about it. Otherwise, she just kind of states the obvious, really. So yeah, she's not that. They're not interesting. These are not interesting characters. Even the world is weird because the Minecraft world is very colorful. It's vibrant. It does inspire creativity, and yet for some reason I think Jared Hess is takes that and tries to put it into the real world, which doesn't even make sense. And there are moments that looks pretty crazy that could become part of the Minecraft world, but this is the real world. It doesn't really work. There's like moments where Dawn has keeps like a llama and a bunch of animals on her in her car. It's that's kind of weird. Again, the jetpack one's also kind of weird. Um, but otherwise, that's about it. I mean, those are some of the crazier moments, and but it doesn't seem to work. I almost feel like Tim Burton could have done a better job because I mean, he did Corpse Bride, where in the world where Johnny Depp's character, and forgive me for if I don't remember the character's name, but Johnny Depp's character lived in this dark, dreary world that is creative, but is still kind of relatively in that real world. It doesn't look as impressive, or it just doesn't offer a lot of creativity, even for something Tim Burton related. But when the Johnny Depp's character meets with the Corpse Bride, and they go to like the underworld or you know down there, it's much more vibrant and colorful and upbeat and stuff, and that was way more interesting. But here they tried it. He's Jared Hess does both, and you can also see some elements where he's trying to copy Napoleon Dynamite. I won't go into Napoleon Dynamite that much, but I have mixed feelings about it. But I will get into that movie later. But there are moments because even in Napoleon Dynamite, his that world looks as color and vibrant, yet the characters are kind of dreary, or just feels like they're not. It's their place is not as fun or as interesting. Yet in Minecraft world, it kind of tries to be that way. Maybe not as much, but I mean, it has more of a budget than I think Napoleon Dynamite has, and maybe that's why Napoleon Dynamite has that kind of charm to it. But yeah, regardless, I didn't find it very interesting. So there's also Jack Black, who gives this overlong intro about how the world of the overworld works, and it reminded me of it when Ready Player One, when it also did that, when it was so boring and so unneeded. It could have just showed than tell. And, maybe have a moment where Jack Black as a kid eventually goes into the overworld, and he's enjoys himself. He's very creative. I mean, because kids are the most creative, um, than adults, I think, in my opinion. And that would have been interesting. And then we see him go through this whole thing that long. It would have worked, but they don't really do that. There's also times where they break into song, where Jack Black breaks into song, and that's not fun, or it's annoying, really. And yeah, some slapstick or pratfalls are not that funny, or doesn't leave much of an impact. It's not done very well, nor is it funny. The humor is not really funny on this at all. It doesn't really even match up to the humor of Napoleon Dynamite. So yeah, I I don't know what to say other than if I had them like say good things. The overworld at least is colorful and vibrant. That it does look really cool to look at. Other than the CGI and the animals, because it's a bit creepy, and the villagers for some reason doesn't talk. They just kind of grunt. Yet the villain in this also talks, as well as in yeah, even the villain is not that interesting or not that funny. It's just kind of a generic villain. Um, but yeah, that doesn't make sense. There's other stuff that doesn't make sense. Like there's a moment where Garrett betrays Henry's trust or something like that because for money, and there's a moment where he says, he's broke and he's struggling, and yet, and then Henry seems to forgive him, and then like another scene later with him, uh, Henry finds out he stole the orb and basically goes right back to, you're the worst person ever. And it's like, you just had a scene earlier. Motivations changed quite a bit in this film. It doesn't feel as consistent, and that's another thing. It's not consistent. So, but like I said, I think the overworld is fine. It does at least uh, give a nod or pay, pay homage or honor the YouTuber known as Technoblade, who's a really popular YouTuber, does Minecraft videos. I haven't watched any of the videos, but he was really popular from what I understand. Unfortunately, he passed away due to cancer, and the film did at least pay homage to him in the image of a pig wearing the crown. So there's that. And you know what? That's nice. That's wonderful. I mean, they do it better than Gem the Holograms, really. So, um, and which I haven't seen, by the way. So, yeah, I don't have a whole lot much else to say, but here's the thing. Personally, I would give this like one or maybe 1.5 because I just feel like I checked out for the entire movie. But this is a film for Minecraft fans. Because I gave Super Mario Brothers movie 4 stars, if I had not played any of the games before seeing the movie, I probably would be more strict and say it's not as interesting either because it is does at when if you're looking at it again just for without nostalgia goggles or playing the games, it does also feel kind of pretty generic. Yet it still feels colorful and vibrant and a lot going on. So at least there's that. Even in the characters, I will say, are at least better. But if I had not played the games, I probably would have given it lower rating. And because I played Minecraft only like a week and stopped, and I don't follow it very closely anymore, personally it would be like a 1 or 1.5. But because this is for Minecraft fans, I'm gonna be lenient and give this a 2. I think 2 is acceptable because that is what the film is made for, in my opinion. But in my opinion, for to be general, just I gave it 2. But personally, I would give it 1.5 at most. But yeah, otherwise, I didn't really care for this movie. But I'm glad anyone who loves the Minecraft movie, love it. I mean, that's great. If you love it, fantastic. I rather have you love something than me hate than you hating what I hate. So yeah, I respect your opinion overall. So yeah, but what are your thoughts on Minecraft? Leave in the comments below, leave a like or dislike the review if you wish. Feel free to subscribe to my channel even, and click the notification bell for any video updates on more reviews. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next review. Bye.